Welcome to the Dawg Chug. Roger, how are you doing tonight?
Andy Bonapasqua. That's where I come. That's how you say Happy Easter where I come from. Bonapasqua. Do you know how they say it in Hebrew?
How do they say it in Hebrew?
We were framed. Andy, I've been doing good. I tell you, this is it's a holiday weekend. I got a little bit of the sacrament tonight for the holidays, and it's my birthday week.
Whoa!
Yeah, my birthday's Friday, and today when I came home from work, to my family, they can't not give gifts early. My wife and kids, they can't wait to to the actual day. Christmas, birthday don't matter. So I got a birthday present, one of my birthday presents, and the first one that is Whitefish Point, Upper Peninsula, Michigan. That is the Edmund Fitzgerald Memorial.
Wow.
The ship sunk right off that coast, and it's in Paradise, Michigan. And we trekked all the way up there so I can salute it with an Edmund Fitzgerald during COVID. It was a great trip. The second time we've been at the Up. It's beautiful
That's
up there.
Good beer. But let me stop you right there.
Okay.
Is it in fact your 42nd birthday?
It is my 42nd birthday.
Wow, you and Ed
have. Unlike Ed, who's 43. I'm a year younger than Ed, who turned 43 previous.
No, I think Ed was 43, but now he's 42. I don't know. It's very confusing. Anyway, sorry I interrupted you. Continue.
No, that's all right. That's all right. I'm glad you pointed out my age. I get carded once in a while. So, and then they gave me my boys and my daughter. They made this for me. Just baseball and us and our life. And man, it just it made me think. Today I was trying to think of an opening, and let me hang this up back here. And I came up with Sunday. I'm sitting. We had an early holiday dinner at our grandma Pat's house, and there's kids doing Easter egg hunts, and I just was scrolling my phone every once in a while, and I come by a video, and I missed it when you first put it out. It was probably like an hour later that I saw your video, and I want to say I was blown away. It was beautiful. Congratulations to you and Heather. Why don't you tell everybody? Why don't you go? I'm sure everybody's seen the video.
Thank you. It's been so hard to hide. Heather and I are with child, as they say. I think we're 14 and a half weeks. So October 3rd will be the big day. I am going to have a son, which is super exciting. And as I pointed out in the video, there is like a tiny, tiny chance that my son will play for the Cleveland Browns, and that's like the coolest thing ever.
There's always, you never know. You never look at the fetus of the guy from the American Gladiators and his wife. Same thing. So you could be getting scouted already, Andy,
You're going back to an old episode. That's very true. I think it's actually a 0.0% chance, though, as I'm pretty sure Heather is never going to allow our kids to play football. So she would need to either get a bad head injury or, something would have to change dramatically for the dream to be alive.
I was with her up to this point, and this is going to be the first year our 12-year-old, we're going to let him play football this fall. And I agree with her. I wouldn't let him play up until now with the head injuries. The little one's going to play touch. Chucha's going to play touch this year. So they can learn the game that way, and that's fun.
Well, that's awesome. We're so excited. It was really hard not to tell you, but we really wanted.
I wouldn't want it any other way. I loved it.
We wanted it to be a surprise. Had that funny video. I've been hoping to do that a bunch of times, and this is finally a time worked out. So we're so excited.
My wife saw the video, and she also says congratulations to the two of you. She saw it, and yeah, she thought it was well planned out, good idea. Because it fits you, and you know what I mean. It was appropriate.
Nice. You just when was your latest son born? How long has it been?
My youngest is Henry, March 17th, 2020. During COVID, he was born. He just turned 2 on St. Patrick's Day.
Just turned 2. So there's actually been some crazy new technology that has been created since you've been through this. Our OB actually installed this little chip inside Heather, and the chip can communicate with the fetus. It's amazing. You can ask questions, and then it'll actually translate an answer back. No. So We haven't tried it out yet. Heather wants me to test it out today on the Dawg Chug so we can actually have an interview with the new baby.
Oh my, just Mansion Junior.
With Mansion Junior. We haven't
That's Spurgeon
yet.
You haven't settled on Spurgeon yet, or
we were trying to determine whether it'll be
McGowan
or
one of the McGowans.
Or Fry. Who's the old guy that we drafted? Whedon. Yeah, we might name him Brandon, but we'll figure that out. Anyway, so let's see how this works. So I have to install the app on my phone. I'm going to boot it up here. And here we are. Okay, so I can ask a question, and we'll see if it answers. This is exciting, right?
Yeah, I can't wait.
All right, well,
so this is going to be, is that your actual, the fetus is the thoughts of your child.
Yes.
They're going to communicate with us.
It'll be the computer translating the fetus's thoughts.
Wow.
All right. So I think the biggest question that I'm interested in is, will my son play for the Cleveland Browns? So here we go. What do you think your chances are of playing for the Cleveland Browns? It's compiling an answer.
What do you think your chances of playing for the legendary Cleveland Browns?
I accidentally said repeat the question. There's actually a different button to give the answer.
No.
This technology, I'm not really versed with it yet. So here we go. Here's the answer.
Shit. Are you crazy? With the genes I'm inheriting, you think I could be an athlete? You look like a scarecrow that got AIDS and decided to drink beer until he died of cirrhosis of the liver.
Jesus. Man, my little son's a firecracker, eh? Wow.
He's got a little mouth on him, doesn't he?
Well, all right. So apparently he's not going to play for the Cleveland Browns, which we all know because Heather's never going to let that happen. But let me ask him another question here. All right. Well, if you don't become a Cleveland Browns, I at least trust you're going to be a diehard fan of the brown and orange and watch games with your old man, right?
Sure. A team that hasn't won since you were my age, that features a POS rapist and an owner that knows less about football than I do. Sign me up.
He's sarcastic, just like his old man.
That was pretty good. That was a good answer.
Hey, let's bring on the tweet stealer Ed in Columbus. Let's see if he has any questions. Ed, how's it going, Ed?
Go ahead.
Look, I'm going to go rapid fire. I do have a couple quick questions, but I got one here. Look, I was going to call in sick today. Congratulations, Andy. I was going to call in sick because I got the fever. I got Guardians fever, be a believer. And also, Andy, October 3rd. You know what? Yeah, your son's born on October 3rd. You know what also that date is? October 3rd, when O.J. Simpson was found not guilty. So, yeah, congratulations about that one.
Beautiful.
But you know what? I see this technology. I see that it's so perfectly accurate with its answers that I do have a question for it. And the only question that matters, Andy, who is your future son, or your son, because he's a living thing right now, who's his favorite member of the Dawg Chug?
All right.
Put him on the spot.
That's interesting. Will he say Ed in Columbus? Will he say me? Will he say Roger?
Of course he's going to.
I'm literally swimming around in solitary confinement for the next 6 months with absolutely nothing to do, but even I am too busy for this stupid show. I'll go out on a limb and say all four of you are equally worthless.
Oh, that's just out of line.
You know what? It wasn't exactly the answer I was looking for, but it wasn't wrong.
Ross, do you have any questions for Baby Mansion? Ross doing a good healthy chug there.
Oh, yeah. Hey, little Baby Mansion, do you think you'll inherit your father's drinking and chugging ability?
Oh, good question. Good question. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
See what he says to that. It's taking a long time to compile this answer.
He's chugging right now. He's
Good
chugging.
on my father for getting some followers despite being unable to come up with a more interesting take than Go Browns. I'm gonna pass on circus acts and actually be relevant to get attention.
Man,
He's a little attitude there, huh?
He's like I said, he's not wrong.
He's 3 out of 4 correct, but he's technically 4 for 4 with not being wrong here.
I got something for Baby Mansion.
All right.
Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. Some fear it's a scary world out there with the climate change, war, famine. and likely recession coming up. Are you at all worried to enter into this crazy world in 6 months?
Ooh, good question. Let's see what he says to that.
All of the things you mentioned are pretty insignificant compared to the fact my deckhole parents think the proper place to raise a child is a dump like Cleveland.
Oh,
What's the matter? Couldn't afford a house in Flint, Michigan?
wait a minute.
Wait, hold on.
You think Cleveland is a dump? Come on.
That's
Ever wonder why you fucks are so into sports and arguing with each other on Twitter? Gee, do you think it might be because you choose to live in Siberia and there's like 2 weeks where it's actually fun to go outside and interact a little? Cleveland's nightlife is about as interesting as hanging out in this fucking embryo every night. At least it's warm in here. Do you know the existential nightmare I'm going through every night, realizing that pretty soon this life is going to stop existing and I'll be a Clevelander? Oh my god, do you all suck?
Oh, Baby Mansion is coming out grounded.
Wait, all this? Wait, you said 14 weeks?
Yeah, he's 14 weeks. He's a
Damn.
little asshole. It took my daughter 3.5 years to become a little asshole. He's already a little
I'm going to defend Cleveland. I'm going to defend Cleveland right here. We have superior drinking water to Flint, Michigan.
tell him, man.
That's right.
That embryo, no.
That was tough. That was rough. That was rough.
Anyway, to Baby Mansion, this has been very interesting, and I'm so excited to meet you. But we do have to move the show along. So, do you have any final thoughts? Finally, an answer.
Just some advice. Stop worrying so much about your former quarterback. He came up short, and it's best for both sides for a change. Leave it at that and stop arguing whose fault it is or why this happened. If the fan base can learn how to look forward and not backwards, maybe there's a chance this team could become something I'll learn to embrace. I put the chances of this happening about the same as my alcoholic father giving up drinking.
Well, I am never loading that app again. That app is getting deleted immediately.
Baby Mansion would win Ed School. I think I would lose in Ed School to Baby Mansion.
Maybe that'll be a future bit.
Well, I mean, he made some good points.
He did. He was a little interesting at the end until he got that little dig. And we do need to chill with the Baker Mayfield takes. Just calm down. Stop talking about him.
Even Baby Mansion's got a Baker Mayfield take.
Yeah, never met Baker.
Great.
All right. Well, that was fun. I know we had our good friend Dan that wanted to come on, and we did want to talk. I'm going to say goodbye to Russ and Ed for the moment, and let's bring on Dan, who is no longer on because I think he must have sometimes he loses connection.
That's par for the course.
That's very par for the course.
That worked out beautiful.
To the listening audience, you just dodged a 5-minute bullet, so just count your well wishes. You had to watch that terrible baby segment, but at least you don't have to listen to Dan Trone on, and
right.
You didn't understand what he's saying. But Dan, if you're out there, log back in, and maybe we'll get you in.
Yeah, Dan, we'll bring you in.
Anyway,
charge your phone.
Something I wanted to bring up because we have not had a lot of chance to talk. Did you see, Roger, that Schefter's tweet about the quarterback? My gosh, Dwayne Haskins. Did you see all that controversy?
Oh yeah. How can you miss it? I did see it. I was embarrassed because he's actually a Michigan fan. He went to University of Michigan. He's got the Michigan helmet behind him all the time on TV, and the entire Michigan fan base and the university, I think they went over and they really reached out to Buckeye fans and Haskins family, and I was proud of that. But I saw what he did. Yeah.
And what we're referring to is he broke the news about Haskins' untimely demise, which was very tragic and awful. Man, that hit me hard. I was just like, holy cow. I was never really a believer that he was going to really take off in his football career, but he did seem like a genuinely nice guy. And wow, that was just a tragic thing.
Just so young, and his whole life's ahead of him. Never mind what he did for a living. Never mind what game he played. He had his entire life ahead of him. He was young, and it's tragic and it's horrible. an accident like that, you know. And
Well said. So while Schefter was breaking the news, he threw this strange little dig that the guy has struggled to in his NFL career, or something like that. Which I guess, what was the point of adding that? Like, that did not need to be there at all.
Yeah.
And I know, everyone follows Schefter. Everyone wants to see what he tweets. He breaks stories every day, all day, but that just seemed so unnecessary. So anyway, our crack team at the Dawg Chug, we did a little bit of research, and this is not the first time that Schefter has, created a tweet that was kind of borderline out of line, and then he was able to delete it and clean it up. Obviously, with Dwayne Haskins, one that got public, and everyone was really coming after him for what he did. But a lot of these other ones actually kind of escaped the public eye. So they flew under the radar. He was able to, delete the tweets and fix it quickly enough. But we want to expose it. We want to, put out there what Schefter's doing, because maybe it's not right. Maybe he needs to be replaced. I don't know. But information is key. So we have a couple big stories that have broke over this offseason. We have the original Schefter tweet, and just for your informational purposes. So I'm going to start with this one. All right, so Schefter tweeted, he did correct this tweet, but this is how it was in its original format. As Peter King reported, Bruce Arians is stepping down from coaching and will soon be stepping down from life with his shitty diet. Oh, man.
Well, how could you possibly say that? How can you repeat? That's just...
I mean, the guy obviously is a little bit overweight, but that was unnecessary. And,
unnecessary.
Yeah. Totally unnecessary.
You might have a salad every once in a while. You can't, I know I do.
Here's another one. This is I don't know if you remember when Calvin Ridley was suspended for the season for gambling.
I do remember. Yes, I do.
All right.
Yes.
Well, Schefter was the one that broke this story, and here is the original tweet. NFL suspends Falcons wide receiver Calvin Ridley for the 2022 season for betting on games, and because Calvin is a total sissy that needs therapy because he can't deal with his problems like a man. I mean, the guy struggles with his mental health, and that's just...
You can't publicly call him a sissy and they just act like a man's the answer.
That's just terrible.
This is new shock journalism. Is that what he's going for? It's just is he just an idiot?
What do you think about this? This is deplorable, right?
I mean, it's borderline unprofessional or just straight up unprofessional. I mean, ESPN's getting a really great reputation with their terrible Monday night broadcast. Mannings are trying to save it. Now you got your only guy that people follow on Twitter screwing up. It's all downhill from here. I like the good old days.
All right. Well, here's another tweet. This one is really outrageous. I mean, some of our fans might want to turn the show off. I mean, they probably already did, but this one's outrageous. And Schefter should be fired. I think Ed's back. Let's bring Ed on too. Ed, we lost you for a little bit. Glad you're back. All right. This is when when he broke the news that Brian Flores is in fact suing the NFL. Former Miami head coach Brian Flores is suing the NFL, the Giants, the Dolphins, and the Broncos for alleged racism in hiring, which is absurd because the only reason Brian Flores was hired in the first place was Goodell needed to get the Fitz-Pollard alliance off his back and said that the next owner to hire a darkie, he'd owe a solid to. Oh my God. I don't even feel comfortable reading that horrible, disgusting tweet.
What the hell? What, like that one dude on the Raiders doesn't have a head coaching job anymore. You got this dude tweeting like this?
That's disgusting.
Yeah, John Gruden. Wow. I forgot his name real quick.
This guy, he's just out of control.
It's because he was from Michigan, obviously. I mean, I hate to say it. All right, let's move on. That was disgusting, but this is one that was near and dear to the to Cleveland Browns. It's a big story, a polarizing story that we're all familiar with. Deshaun Watson has decided he wants to play for the Cleveland Browns in a stunning change of events, per sources. Watson has informed the Houston Texans that he is now willing to waive the no-trade clause in his contract to be dealt to Cleveland in a signal to the judge that he is accepting full responsibility for his crimes and being sentenced in Cleveland to a place worse than federal prison.
Wait, who's laughing? Is that the Twitter audience?
Yes.
Oh shit!
That's one of them.
We got sitcom now. I mean, Ed in Columbus fixes this video, and we get a laugh track. Go figure.
Look, I want to blame my son who had his like headphones connected to my phone, and then it lost audio, and then I had to get kicked out, and then I had to go scream at him because I told you guys I was going to kill him because of his phone today and what happened with him. So he's lucky. He's really on thin ice right now. We're back. We're good. I was not laughing, but Andy, you got some good stuff going on here.
Nice. Well, I think you'll appreciate this one. This is when it was revealed that the feared Odell Beckham injury that he suffered in the Super Bowl was a torn ACL. Rams wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. texted Josina Anderson that he tore his ACL, his season is over, and asked if she'd be down to shit on him.
Someone on Twitter was laughing.
The audience had a delayed laugh.
Is that a Cleveland steamer?
He was off work. I mean, it's not like he was doing it on the clock or anything. So,
all right. Well, here's another one, and this is disgusting. This is another reason why Schefter needs to be fired, and we should have someone a little better doing this job. But I just want to get this out there so that people are aware. I did not write this. This is what Adam Schefter wrote this, so it's terrible, and you should comment on him. Seahawks informed 8-time All-Pro and Pro Bowl linebacker Bobby Wagner, a franchise icon, they are releasing him, per source. Wagner arrived in Seattle on the same 2012 day as Russell Wilson, and now that the garbage has been taken out, Seattle can get back to business hiring some God-loving white boys. Ugh.
Whew. Man.
That's terrible.
Cancel
Twitter
like auto blocks people. Are they auto suspending people yet?
I didn't know. I didn't see this coming. I mean, I know that he said crazy things, but man,
that is disgusting. Fire Adam Schefter.
Who wants to live in Seattle, whether you're white, black, or anything? It rains a lot there.
Although it's been raining a lot in Ohio this April. All right, we have one more. Just bad Schefter tweet. Thank God. I don't even want to read any more of these, but we got one more. This is when the unfortunate passing of the great John Clayton. He said John Clayton will be remembered in so many ways, from how he looked after his wife, Pat, to the mark he made in reporting, to the standard he set. He dedicated his life to his wife and to football. He was a pioneer, a caretaker, into bestiality, a Hall of Famer, and a slayer in every sense.
What was that? Bestiality?
What was in between caretaker and Hall of Famer?
It's shocking, but when you picture John Clayton, you can kind of see it.
Can you run that back? Can you run that back? I think you slipped. Something got slipped in there, I think.
Anyway, we need to be on the lookout for Schefter, and when he does this bullshit, we need to call him out on it because it is not right.
And it was Dawg Chug had it first.
We don't believe in cruelty. We don't believe in cruelty to animals either.
No, not at all. No, that's a crime. Do not want it. Hopefully, our quarterback isn't doing that too.
May 14th, we're going to some tailgate thing to save dogs or something, right?
Yeah, Ed's gonna be there. Ed in Cleveland, back again.
Well, I don't want him DMing me, and maybe if I say something on the Dawg Chug, he'll leave us alone for a little bit.
All right, so I think we're ready to bring on our featured guest. Are we? I'm a little confused. Who are we bringing on here? The featured guest or the other window? Okay.
We really went guestless tonight. We're just having a friend of the show drop in for a while.
Yeah, she's gonna drop in for some spit sip chug.
Well, let's let her come in. The one, the only, one of our favorite people to bring on, the amazing, our biggest guest. Why there haven't been very many comments in the chat. The great Jessica. How's it going, Jessica?
Jessica, hello. Good evening.
Hi.
welcome back to the Dawg Chug. It has been too long.
I know it's been like 3 weeks or something like that.
It's like we just kept having Gator on, and we
That's
needed to
right.
rectify that.
It's not like we had other guests. And, like Gator. Now we're back to you in this cycle.
How's it going, and how do you think the show's going today? And are you going to cancel your block Schefter?
I don't follow him, so there's that. I do think your kid. I'm a little concerned about your child. I'll say about that.
He's a little asshole. When did you realize your son is a little asshole?
When we started really talking, probably. Well, he comes by it honestly, so he has a little personality like I do. So
they always say technology is making things better, but in this case, I don't want to hear my baby's thoughts because he's probably just gonna be really mean and hurt my feelings.
Well, he's very well
It sounds
read.
like it at this point, yes.
Anyway, we're so happy to have you on. This is going to be a great show, and we're going to kick it off with another edition of Spit, Sip, Chug.
We need
Need
music.
some music for that. I was
need
thinking
like
that.
After you say that, right?
So I have to explain this every time because we always have a new audience member. Spit, Sip, Chug. I'm going to make a statement, and if you strongly agree, you're going to chug and explain why. If you're tepid, you're going to sip. And if you strongly disagree, you're going to spit. So, question number 1 of Spit, Sip, Chug. The Dolans are the worst owners in Cleveland sports. And that's the Browns, the Cavs, and the Guardians. Jessica, we'll start with you.
I mean, I don't honestly really have a big opinion on it. I guess if they're not really paying people, then I spit on them. Or I chug on them?
You would chug on that.
I would chug on that. If they're not paying people that deserve to be paid, then yeah, I'd say chug on that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I am going to spit on this one. Ultimately, as much as we all can complain that they're not spending cash, which they're not, and it is frustrating, there's no such thing as a perfect owner. But the Cleveland Guardians, they stick to the plan. They believe in the process. They hire good people. They let them work. I know everyone wants to think like the Guardians are just going to flounder this year, but as we've seen, they've gotten hot a little bit. I think they've got some young guys that they want to develop. So the time I want them to spend is a little bit down the road right now. I think they are doing their thing. And ultimately, if we're going to talk about the worst owner in Cleveland, it is always going to be Mr. Jimmy Haslam. So I spit on that. Roger, what do you say?
I'm going to spit on it as well.
He spits as he drinks. It's very confusing. Oh, he's spitting. You don't actually have to spit what you drink. You just spit.
Oh, okay. That's good. I don't want to waste
We've only
it.
been through this game about 20 times now. Glad you
At
let me
least.
do it.
At least
Roger's first time.
By the way, why are you drinking the sacrament tonight? Is it because of the whole Easter thing?
I don't know. I had beer. I just felt like wine tonight. I just felt like it. But
yeah, I love it. Just drink whatever you want. I love it.
I figured if Ed can drink the Mountain Dew and the watermelon seltzers, I can have a little of the vino.
All right, fair enough.
And I'm spitting on it because, number one, the Cleveland Guardians have been the best organization, the most winning organization in this city for over the last decade since Tito's been here. They're a class organization, and our front office, like you said, Andy, they're following the process. They believe in their process. And who are you going to sign? You're going to sign some 30-year-old veteran that's look at what these kids are doing. Look at Owen Miller. Owen Miller's got a job at first base. Look at Quan. They believe in their farm system. They've developed and they've invested in that. And now it's starting to pay off. Jesus, look at how they're playing baseball. I love it. So I'm spitting on that. I don't think they're the worst owners in Cleveland. It's easy to buy your way into something. Jimmy Haslam's been trying to do that for how long now? And he still hasn't done it. He's still paying coaches from 5 years ago. So yeah, no, I'm spitting on that.
All right. Question 2. Cavs will win the play-in game Friday and secure the 8th seed in the NBA playoffs. And I believe Atlanta did win today, so we will be playing Atlanta Friday. So the question is simply, do you believe they're gonna beat Atlanta? And I'm just gonna chug on this one. I'm all in on the Cavs. I think they kind of took it easy yesterday. They probably could have had Allen, but they said, let's make sure we are at full strength. So they're holding him till Friday. And I think they're going to be able to get the job done. And then we'll get our ass kicked in the first round of the playoffs. But it's going to be fun, and I'm excited. So, Roger?
I'm going to chug on that.
You are such a copycat.
I am. They've exceeded expectations. Anybody complaining about the Cavs losing, or even if they do lose Friday, which I don't think they will, I think they're going to, like you said, Andy, they're going to come out, they're going to hustle, they're going to play good defense, they're going to win Friday, and they're probably not going to make it out of the first round. But they've exceeded expectations as a young team that's probably a year or two ahead of where they thought they would be right now, the front office and the coaching. So I'm excited. We have great basketball coming down the line here in Cleveland.
Absolutely. That's the best part. It's not just like
Right.
It feels like this is it, and then we're gonna fall off a cliff. Feels like the future is bright. Jessica?
I'm going to chug in it as well because why not? Everything I've seen, because I'm not able to watch any games here in Oklahoma.
Right.
So everything that I've seen, I'm really impressed with. I wish I could watch games because basketball's super fun to watch. But everything I've seen about all these players and all that talent that they've got going on right now, I think they can do it. So I'm going to chug.
Well, you will be able to watch Friday because it will be on TNT if you have cable.
I have cable.
There you go. Then never
Unless it's on Roku. I don't know.
Go to put a mask on and go to a bar.
Andy will do a play-by-play in the chat for us.
Oh,
Sure. We'll do
cool.
it. We've done that for Jessica in the past. All right, let's move on to question number
Imagine how
8.
hard that would be, basketball.
We'll be,
It was
Easy.
shy in the first period.
all right, so I'm going to go against the better advice of my unborn son, unfortunately, but it has to be asked. The Browns front office disrespected Baker Mayfield with respect to their handling of the offseason. What a poorly worded question that was. Roger, did the
I'm
Browns?
spitting on it.
Yeah.
They didn't disrespect them. You know, somebody said to me on Twitter today, what if your company did this to you, told you this, and then they turn around and fired you too? I don't have to worry about that. I'm elite what I do in my job. Baker Mayfield wouldn't have to fucking worry about it if he did what he was supposed to do and was good at his job. You know, the people that have to worry about that are the ones that don't do well at their job. You know, and that's what I told him. It don't apply to me. You didn't hear Matt Ryan cry about it. Matt Ryan took his team to a Super Bowl. He's the face of a franchise for 14 years. And he didn't have – and the whole – this podcast thing, everybody's like, that wasn't the purpose. The entire thing, the entire purpose for that minute and 80 second or whatever he talked. The whole thing was for that. You know, the whole show was for that segment or that part of it because that's the only reason anybody watched it or ESPN talked. You know what I mean? If he was signed with another team, it would just be another guy on a podcast, another NFL player. You know, it'd make a little news, but it wouldn't be the news that it is because of the situation, what it is. He's drawing attention to himself. They didn't owe him anything. He's an employee. If he felt disrespected, that's his problem. He should have played better.
All right. Or he should have taken himself
Or
off
should have
the field.
taken it, got a surgery, right. He made the choice to go out there and keep playing.
Exactly.
I think he was told that he's playing for his job. I don't know. But, yeah,
Yes.
This is the last week of Baker Mayfield. Promise me, please. This is the last week. On the Dawg Chug, we talk about Baker Mayfield.
Oh, I'm bringing him up every week now.
Every week. I know.
We write down for where leave a comment next
Even
week.
Baby Mansion, and yeah.
Jessica,
Please talk about Baker Mayfield.
every week.
You know, and I backed him 100%. I went to the wall for that kid time and time again, and he just keeps getting in his own way.
Fair enough. Jessica, how would you answer this one?
So I think I'm going to spit on it as well. Just by
It's a
my
decisive
spit, I can get all ridiculous. I've had allergies. You didn't want to hear the spitting I've been doing, so I'm just going to be all delicate about it right here.
All right.
And
Fair
sub
enough.
it in. So I'm going to spit on it because I agree with the performance evaluation. I kind of laughed today because John Hilberry posted that picture of himself in his cube about Baker Mayfield coming in to boo him in his cube. And I thought, I mean, I could post a picture of my cube at work with all my awards behind me and he can come and boo me for doing a really fucking good job at my job. I mean, but so I'm not getting fired from my job. I'm not getting replaced. In fact, they give me a raise to keep me there. not to make it all about me, but I'm just saying. I mean, if you did your job, you would be there. And I wanted Baker Mayfield to come back and prove himself, but I mean, I'm not the one paying the bills there in Berea. So, sorry, it sucks, but hopefully it'll go better for the next guy.
And you know the thing about it, the people like us that feel this way at this point with him is that we're automatically Deshaun Watson. I wanted Mitch Trubisky, for God's sakes, and I'm on record. It's on Twitter. Give me money, Mitch. After that Green Bay game, I said, give me anybody. I'll take Jameis Winston. I was done with him at that point. I didn't even want Deshaun Watson. So I get that bullshit too,
Absolutely. This isn't about Deshaun, though. This is just about your feelings about Baker.
Right.
And I am going to make this a clean sweep. I am spitting on this one. This is so silly that he claims he was told one thing and the Browns did another. It's such bananas. The Browns literally came out and said, we told Baker that we're going to look for an elite quarterback option. And if we don't find it, you're our guy. They found an upgrade in their opinion. So they moved on. Why is he? How in the universe can he claim that that's not what happened? That's exactly what happened. They told the fans before they got Deshaun Watson that's what they were attempting to do, and then they accomplished it. So now he's upset. At the end of the day, just stop complaining, stop whining, stop making yourself a victim, and just keep your head down and work and prove to GMs that you're willing to do exactly that, and then your talent will rise back up, and you'll be great. Today, watching the clips of that, I'm like convinced I'm never going to defend Baker Mayfield again. That's the last time that guy's ever duped me. Yeah. He is incapable of, even with weeks of reflection, of seeing seeing real. That's the problem. And no one in this locker room, I know there's a lot of people that defend his toughness, but no one's defending his character. No one's really coming out there and saying anything, because I think at the end of the day, they all kind of realize who Baker Mayfield is and that it's best for him to move on. So I wish Baker well. I really do. I mean that sincerely. I'm going to continue rooting for him, actually, but I'm not defending him as a person anymore or his decisions. He made his mess.
Work ethic.
He's where he's at. So anyway, hopefully this will be the last time we bring up Baker Mayfield. I'm sure it won't, though, because I like to irritate Roger. Okay, let's move on to question 4. Jessica, we're going to start with you on this one, and you're going to have a great take on this because I know you've not been watching many games, but
cool. The
Guardians have the firepower in pitching to keep this winning streak going and battle the Chicago White Sox for the division.
That I will chug on, because I actually have been paying attention to the Guardians because I got a free year of MLB TV from T-Mobile, so I'm going to go ahead and just take advantage of it. So I have been paying attention to all the games. It's been, even at work, I get my little notifications. I'm really excited to see what happens. They started out pitching really well. I'm not saying that it was perfect, of course, but I mean, they were pretty good defensive games, and then the offense finally kicked it into gear. So I really think that we've got a good chance. I mean, I hate to be like the super homer at the beginning of the season, but I mean, I'm pretty excited right now. So,
all right, fair enough. I am going to go the opposite way, and once again, I'm going to spit. At the end of the day, the Guardians are so hot, and they are an exciting team, and I'm going to enjoy watching them all season long. They're developing players, but there's no way they're going to maintain this. They are not as good of a team as the Chicago White Sox. Maybe they are. Maybe they've got some amazing guys that are going to develop way faster, kind of like the Cavs did. But I think just because we've had a short stretch of games, we need to calm it down and realize this is probably a wild card team at best, right? It's kind of where I think they're at, and that's okay. All of a sudden, Kwan is we're all celebrating him like he's going to be the greatest player the Guardians have ever had, which I guess is easy because it's a new team, right? But they'll adjust him. He will falter a little bit and come down to earth. That's just it. Ed in Columbus wants to come on. Let's let him come on. So that's why I was spitting. Ed, what's the
I want to prove something right here, okay? Now I get accused sometimes of being fair weather, Jessica. Sometimes I want to take Jessica gave the best answer possible, Andy. The best possible answer. She's excited about this young Guardians team. I almost called in sick, not on the Dawg Chug tonight, because I got Guardians fever. You know,
Okay.
and he's saying, oh, they can't compete with the West. Let me tell you something, Andy. Let me tell you something about the Guardians, okay? Now, I picked them to win the AL Central before they even became the Guardians. I didn't know what their new name was going to be, but I knew they're going to win the division, okay? They got the pitching that's healthy. They've always had, you know, I still worried about that bullpen a little bit because I still feel like that's the glue. But like Owen Miller and stuff like that, this is their time to shine. They've been up and down. It's like Jose Ramirez when he finally got good. I feel like Owen Miller is finally to that point. Some of these other young cats, they're not even that young anymore. They've been up 2 or 3, 4 times now. They're ready to rock and roll. Don't sleep on the Guardians.
All right.
All right,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then I love that. I love that take.
I could be wrong though. Andy,
Here's the
I could be
thing.
wrong.
Here's the thing. Here's what I believe. I think
I don't know.
I believe in the whole theory that you're never as bad as you look when you're going through a losing streak. You're never as good as you look when you're going through a winning streak. I just think right now we're like going crazy and we need to like just temper our
See, I think the problem was, Andy, we didn't know what we had last year because of injuries, just like sometimes with the Browns. And I think that this year, I think that we are starting out hot. I think it got to cool down a little bit. So we don't really know. I think last year was kind of a waste because of the injuries. So it's kind of like we're kind of figuring it out this year, which is good because we're winning and figuring it out, which is always a good problem.
Okay, I think we've played 2 very young teams in the Reds and Kansas City, and we're
You can only play your schedule.
We're gonna get embarrassed. Fine, but we're gonna get embarrassed by the White Sox this weekend. Not
if we get good start, good pitching wins.
We'll see. We shall see.
You know what? I'm tired of the negativity, Andy. I'm with Ed and I'm with Jessica on this, and I think I figured out the chant for the Guardians. Everyone's worried about the nickname, but we got the chant. Are you guys ready for it?
Ready.
I'm ready.
Here we go, Guardies. Here we go. Beep, beep. Here we go, Guardies. Here we go.
You know what?
Beep, beep.
Beep.
You know, we're named after a bridge and a statue on a bridge.
You
I
got
don't
the
have people
horn.
honking their horns everywhere.
Let me give
I
Ross
like it.
producer to producer love. I'm going to give you love
I
right
like
here.
it.
We sat here. Andy looked like a hostage as we repeated, we are the Paul Brown boys. And Kelly said she's never seen anybody's face look like an Iranian hostage. You look, Kevin told us to do that.
All right. I think I was intoxicated, but you know, that was a fun moment of the show. You could bring that out for the
Thank
next
you. We love Kevin. We love Kevin, his big Kevin Army.
I think it's nominated for a Chuggy, actually.
Yeah, that's definitely a chuggy. All right.
I'll step
Listen, Jessica has an opinion. I have an opinion. Ross and Ed have an opinion, but Roger is the Guardians expert of the pod. So his opinion matters the most. So Roger, you tell us. He's chugging.
I'm sipping.
Oh.
I'm going to sip because it's baseball.
Roger, can you just have like an extreme take on one way or the other? Sipping is the lamest thing ever. I don't want to be.
I don't think Oscar Mercado's going to hit 40 home runs. Okay?
45.
I don't think Oscar Mercado's going to hit 40 home runs. But I'll take Oscar Mercado hitting 20 home runs and contributing on a platoon basis. I'll take Owen Miller playing first base because Owen Miller knows how to get on base. I love small ball. What it's going to matter is if our pitching staff can stay healthy. This team can win 90 games. This team can win another 82 games.
Well, here's the question.
I love small ball.
What's the question again?
Is 90 games enough to take the division?
Yes, I think it might be.
Actually,
It's going to come down to the White Sox, our series, and how we play against them. And Andy thinks we're going to get blown out. And I think 90 games can win the division.
If they blow us out, Andy, if the White Sox blow us out, like we play 19 times, if they blow us out, win like 15 of them and win the division by like 10 to 15 games, yes, then I can see that. Yeah.
All right.
No, you know what? 90 games isn't going to win this division. If the Guardians want to win this division, they're going to have to win 93 games.
All right. That's what I'm saying. But anyway.
Probably.
So I guess I'm spitting.
I do have one last opinion on this.
Can they win 93 games? And I believe they can if everything falls into place.
Well, yeah, of course. Everyone becomes a superstar.
I have fever. Yeah. I have Guardians fever.
Well,
I have my last opinion on this, though.
Yes.
Let's think back to before the Browns started their season last year. Everyone was like, "Woo, we're going to the Super Bowl." And then, we kind of all got let down. And then the Cavs, everyone was like, "Woo, the Cavs! We're going to win everything." And now we're kind of like, maybe we'll get to the playoffs. And then, woo, the Guardians. So, really, we're just all up and down. We're a super roller coaster town. That's pretty much what it is. So, I'll be really excited. And then sure the Guardians let us know it'll be football season again. Then we'll be all hyped up for the Browns again. So, I mean, it's just all up and down here. That's pretty much how,
You know
how we
they have
roll
all
here.
connected.
I-
Cleveland.
see?
It's a Cleveland connection.
You bring up a good point because on this very bit of this episode, or on this Dawg Chug podcast, I had said that the Cavaliers were going to hit a wall by the time we get to the end of April or mid-April before we get to the playoffs. And Gator was on with us, and he's like, "Oh, you make a good point there." And he changed his answer and said, "Big Chug." So remember this day come October.
This
All
day
right.
in
I'll be
Dog Chug
reminded
history.
you.
Roger's like Yoda. Roger's like Yoda on the Dog Chug.
He is. He sure is.
Older and wiser.
Yeah, right. I can't remember last Tuesday.
All right. I'm glad we all have everyone on. We're going to move on to one of our favorite bits, and that is last week. I'm going to move you into the feature spot. Last week, you battled Gator in Ed School, where we asked you a question. It's a very simple question. What do the Browns do with pick 44? And Gator gave a pretty good answer, and then we turned to you. You actually had the time to think. Gator had to answer immediately. You had time to think, and your answer was trust and crew.
You're not telling the whole story. I produced and crew. And then he gave the answer. See, that's what you're like, oh, Eddie Columbus. No. I deferred to the general manager of the Cleveland Browns.
All right. I apologize. He produced a sock and made the sock say trust and crew. No, you said trust and crew to the sock, right?
Ross, does Sockfansky talk for himself? Or are you having a?
I'm going with it on this one. As all on
Sockfansky's his own entity, man.
It's a no.
Thing
Right.
is-
It's its own right.
Thing is,
Right.
you did not defeat Gator in that episode. We're gonna do another episode of Ed School because we're trying to develop you into a talent. We're trying to make you a star. We believe 2022 is the year of Ed. There it is.
You're
So
on Twitch.
I'm gonna try and make this easier on you. You're gonna play Ed School. I have a question. I'm going to let you pick whether you want to play against Ross or Jessica, and then I'm gonna let you pick if you want to go first or second.
Like that's like two things I got to decide.
It's
getting
big time now.
complicated.
You're on Twitcher.
Twitcher?
So
Twitch.
who's
Hey,
gonna be?
you're
Are you gonna
drinking.
What
play-
rhymes with
Yeah.
Twitch?
are you gonna
Ross,
play
what rhymes with
Snitch.
Twitch?
All right.
Snitch.
Okay.
Are you gonna play Ross in Ed School, or are you gonna play Jessica in Ed School?
See, here's the problem. Ross is like my guy. Like I can't go. I got to play with Jessica being my partner. I don't know what that really
All right.
means.
Then
And we defer. We'll go second because I don't know what the fuck's going on.
okay.
I don't know what the question is, so no pressure.
And here's the thing: that might have been a good decision because Ross is your boy, and he might be more inclined to vote you as the winner because
Oh.
Roger, Ross, and me are gonna pick the winner.
Oh yeah, fuck you guys. You guys cheated me last time. I told you the fix was in.
All right, we're not. I'm literally gonna vote who I think has the better answer on this. So
Of course, you're gonna say that.
I will pick you if you have a better answer. You did not have a
Well,
better
that's,
answer.
I would rather have Ross be my jury.
All right, fair enough. Fine.
The good news is you're not going against Andy's kid, unborn son, because that would have been bad.
Now the next
Everybody.
question is: Ed, do you want to go
He's
first?
pretty smart,
or
though.
do you want to go first, or do you want to go second?
Second, because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
All right. This will give you time to think of an answer. So hopefully you can do better than
Yeah,
producing
right.
South
Okay,
and
cool.
Trust Anchor. Okay. Jessica, are you comfortable playing Ed School?
I mean, I guess, yeah, sure.
Here's the question. You answer it in like 30 seconds if you can. I mean, if it goes a little bit longer, it's fine, or a little bit shorter. If you want to just say 3 words, that'll work, I guess. Here's the question. Who is doing a better job leading? Jimmy Haslam leading the Cleveland Browns or the President of the United States leading our country?
So okay. Now question. Now, who goes first and what teams? What are the teams? I'm with Jessica, right?
You're cutting into Jessica's time, but Jessica's going to answer, and then I'm going to bring you on, and you're going to answer.
Oh, I didn't know I was going against her. I thought I was
Yes.
going.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, to be clear, you're both going to have a chance to answer, and then me, Roger, and Ross are going to vote who had the better answer. Make sense?
Oh, I thought I was going up against like Roger or you, and she was on my. I don't know. I thought it was you and Roger versus me and her in a tag
Yeah.
team competition, and Ross was the judge. That's what I thought.
Whew, how blazed are you today? All right.
I was chilling with it. I was chilling
Medium
with it.
rare.
Jessica, who's doing a better job, Haslam or Biden?
Well, I don't hear Haslam talk a lot, and I don't pay attention to a lot of politics. However, I will say that I would imagine that Jimmy Haslam can complete a complete sentence without mumbling and making sense. It doesn't seem to be completely senile. So I'm going to say that Jimmy Haslam probably is doing a better job of leading. Because he went after Deshaun Watson, right? Who did Joe Biden go after? Gas prices? I really.
Hey, who's his quarterback?
All right.
I'm going with yeah.
Good
Haslam.
answer.
Well, I'm going to actually give it to Joe Biden, but I'm not actually going to give him credit for it, because to give somebody credit for something, they have to have faculties over themselves, okay? So it's like Weekend at Bernie's. The people that are handling Joe Biden are doing a better job propping him along and doing what he's got to do. You know what I'm saying? So because, what was it done? FDR had polio back then. They didn't have TVs or social media, so he could be president. But it is amazing that somebody, look, I'm not one of those crazies. He is the president of the United States, and I will not bash him because I respect the office. But I just, like I said, I'm giving it to the cast of the Weekend at Bernie's, whoever's doing, White House duties, getting paid by the White House. So my man, Joe Biden, we love you. Riding with Biden. Let's go.
All
Can
right.
you not ride with somebody? Is it possible for you to talk about something without riding with somebody? I'm just curious.
You saw what I did there.
All right. Roger, who
This
had
is-
the better answer?
This is a tough one.
This is a tough one.
Like my wife mailed away for a bumper sticker like 3 years ago, and I'm still getting texts from fucking Joe Biden and emails, and I'm tired of them. So, but Ed really had a great answer, and Jimmy Haslam, I don't trust him as far as I could throw that fucking snake salesman, but he did give us a quarterback, and we might have a chance to fucking win. So it really is a tough one, and but I gotta go with Ed.
All right, Ed, you're at 1-0. All you got to get is one more, and you win. If you split,
Jessica, I thought we were going to be tag team partners, Jessica. I did not want this.
It's okay, Ed. It's all right.
All right, Ross, what
Mean guys.
say you?
Oh man, they were both pretty entertaining, but I think I legitimately laughed out loud when Ed was making his claim there. So, and I also wanted to make Andy's vote useless. So that was kind of fun too.
You know what? This is what happens when you grant cat access, like Ross did, all access cat. This is what you get. These are the perks you get. Yeah.
I am going to make it a 3-way win. Ed, you made me laugh very hard. I would have taken you when it mattered. Ross made my vote, invalidated it, but you both had great answers. But Ed, you win at school this week.
Now you see why I hung out with Ann Crew before the show. Now you see why.
Congratulations, Ed.
Congratulations.
You know what? I dedicate it to you. I don't feel good. I feel hollow.
It's all that time in Misfits has boosted your confidence.
Well, now you know what? I bet Jessica will never come back on our show again.
Everyone.
Yeah. Jessica's
So they don't have a guest again?
Yes.
So Gator can't make it?
All right. Now I'm going to turn
The
the
one-eyed
show
king. The one-eyed king.
over. I'm going to turn the show over to Ross. He has prepared today's game, which is going to be something a little different. Ross, why don't you take over and explain?
Jessica, I'm going to kick you off. I'm going to kick everyone off. I'm going to have Ed on here for a quick second.
Oh, jeez. What's going on here?
All right, everyone. So you might have seen last week on Twitter that Cam Newton was on a podcast and was complaining about women who cannot cook and don't know when to be quiet. So he was kind of looking for the perfect woman. I was curious, Ed, if you were given a hall pass, I wanted you to find your perfect woman. So what we're going to do here, if anyone's seen the game show, I think it was in like the 60s and 70s called The Dating Game.
I used to watch all reruns.
Yeah. So Ed, you're going to be the guy that gets to, listen to these 3 contestants answer questions, and you'll be blindfolded. So you got that tie right there, right?
I do have it. Yes.
Take that tie off and put it over your eyes.
I'll just do this. I don't want to.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have the 3 contestants.
Yeah, because if I take it off, I'll cheat. At least
we're gonna ask them each a question. Okay.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Hey, I'm blindfolded. Do what you want.
Okay. 1 second. I'm gonna bring the first contestant on. All right.
Oh, jeez. These are three hotties, right, Ross? I mean, if I'm gonna get in trouble,
I can't give you any clues. Like, the whole point of this is that you think with your heart.
Well, Ross,
Whatever they answer with is who you're gonna pick. So we have contestant number 1 up.
I think you picked the wrong guy then here.
All right, contestant number 1. If you could be any animal, what would it be?
Jesus.
Oh, what do you think about that contestant so far?
You know what? I like the species of animal that it is. Maybe you got to tame that one a little bit, but I'm intrigued.
All right. Ooh. If you could pick one sporting event in a year to attend, which would it be and why? Ooh. Sounds like a winner, Ed.
What?
Okay.
See, here's the thing, Ross. I'll be honest with you. Whatever it sounds very ferocious from the get-go. Then the second one always seems to me, it seems like more of a kiddie-ish one. So I'm not pulling the R. Kelly shit here. Okay.
Yeah,
and then the last one sounds like it's dying. Okay. That's what it sounds like to me. So first one, a little ferocious, could be a kind of freak or whatever. Maybe that sounds interesting. Then it gets to kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to do R. Kelly shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go to the next question.
So I'm
going
to go number 1 right now.
All right. Well, number 1 still got a few more questions. All right.
No, that's fine. I'm just letting you know who's in the lead right now. Just telling you.
What beverage best represents you and why, contestant number 1? Huh. All right. Oh, still going.
Oh, it's ferocious.
All right. I'll go on to the next. Which former or current Browns player is the most similar to you? Oh, someone has cat-like reflexes. What player would that be? I wonder.
It could be Mac Wilson. We got rid of that one.
Would you rather be famous or happy?
Oh, hello.
Okay. And then lastly, contestant number 1, what would be your perfect date?
Whoa, hey now.
Whoa. All right, Ed, what do you think about contestant number 1?
You know what? It's strong. It's strong. You know what? It's strong from the get-go, and maybe a little overly strong, I must admit.
You can take your blindfold off for like 2 seconds if it's bothering you.
No, it's all good. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm about to bring on contestant number 2.
Okay. So can't look. No looks.
Yeah. I just want to give you a little.
I ain't gonna lie. Contestant 1, it's a leader in the clubhouse. I know there's only been one, so that's kind of asinine. But it's number 2. You better step your game up. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Hey, contestant number 2.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm going to ask you the same questions we asked contestant number 1. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. If you could be any animal, what would it be?
I think I'd be a fish because they don't get wet in the water.
Oh,
Sorry,
all right.
so terrible.
Ed, how you feeling after that first question?
A fish doesn't get wet in the water. Explain that one to me, because it's in the water.
All right.
It doesn't get soggy like a sock.
Ew. Okay. You know what? Now I want to talk British. Now I'm digging. It's groovy. And
all right. Well, we're
yeah,
gonna ask her some more.
So I'm kind of, hey, good job, good answer.
We're gonna ask her some more questions. Get a better feel for her.
Carry on.
If you could pick one sporting event in a year to attend, which would it be and why?
Probably the Browns versus the Ravens in Cleveland, because fuck the Ravens.
Ooh.
That's right up your alley. And if I know
you, I like a little British with the because they gotta swear, those Brits. They love their swear words, and yeah, I don't like the Ravens, obviously, and in Cleveland, best location in the nation, my homeland. Yeah, that's a winner answer right there.
All right. Well, contestant number 3, next question. What beverage best represents you?
Probably Tide laundry detergent. No bleach though. It would ruin my complexion.
Oh, she's cleaning my heart. I'm liking this. I'm like,
I heard the kids like the Tide Pods, but I didn't know they went straight for the real detergent.
When you're a sock.
Okay. Contestant number 2. Which former or current Browns player is the most similar to you?
Pretty much any player that puts their face on some socks.
I like a chick that's versatile. I'm liking what she's saying. And the fact, with the Tide Pod detergent or whatever she's talking about for drinks. Let me tell you something about Ed in Columbus, as Ross can attest to. When I came up and visited you, Ross, was I a little bit on the let's just be the OCD side?
A little bit.
Okay, well then I think what she's drinking. Now maybe I don't think I want a cup. I don't think I say, honey, can you pour me a cup of what you're drinking? Because I don't want to die. Maybe I'll get a Mountain Dew. But I'm liking number 2. So
All right,
far,
all right.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Well, contestant number 2. Next question: would you rather be famous or happy?
Always happy.
All right, down to
Happy
earth.
endings. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, and the final question:
that's...
what would be your perfect date?
I would love to go to a warm location. A walk on the beach would be nice, but it's terrible with socks. So maybe sunning on the clothesline or a tumble in the dryer.
Oh, a little sneak peek there, Ed, huh?
No, I put it too. Look, man, I'm sorry, I did, but I didn't have the thing up. I honestly didn't see anybody.
All right.
Great
well,
answer,
thanks for coming on, contestant number 2. We're
Great
gonna move
answer.
on to contestant number 3.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, contestant number 3. Oh man. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Oh, jeez.
Familiar face.
Is it a human?
Some say he's a human. Some say he's not.
What pronoun are we using here, Ross?
All right. If you could be any animal, what would it be, contestant number 3?
A cheetah because they're fast and sexy like me.
All right.
Um,
They're not giving you any clues, right, whatsoever.
This is a mystery.
All right, contestant number 3. Next question: if you could pick one sporting event in a year to attend, which would it be?
The Browns home opener because the fans are completely alive and excited when we don't have any losses yet to debate.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna go to a game,
Picking anything up here, Ed?
No. I need more questions.
Yeah, this is your hall pass. You really gotta pick your contestant right here. Your one chance to get away from your lovely wife.
This is a curveball right here, Ross, and I just want
I
to make
know.
sure I get a good contact here.
Okay, what beverage best represents you and why?
Coors Light because it's light and delicious like me.
Ooh,
Well,
sounds
I'm
tasty.
not. I got some thoughts about that one, and I'm gonna try to forget what those thoughts are.
Okay, which former or current Browns player is most similar to you, contestant number 3?
Watson because I'm more important than women.
I like confidence. I do like confidence.
Okay. All right, contestant number 3. Next question: would you rather be famous or happy?
Famous, as you can't be happy if you're lame.
Oof.
That's a classic Ed in Columbus line. We used it back probably about 10 years ago, but yeah, you know what? I like that. I like that.
All right.
The cheese factor.
And last but not least, what would be your perfect date, contestant number 3?
Going out with me as I'm more interesting than everyone else.
Huh.
It's like it's just like it would be like dating myself here. This is getting really interesting, Ross.
All right, Ed. So here's what I'm gonna do. You can take your blindfold off.
Thank God.
And I have all 3 contestants here. You don't know which one's 1, 2, or 3. All right.
Okay.
Based on your questions and answers and everything else, who would you pick to go on a date with?
Oh, jeez. All right. Well. Jeez. All right. Well, I want to thank all the contestants, because I'm a gentleman, and I just want to thank everybody that participated because, to win such a prize as myself, obviously huge, and I get that. So I'm just going to be 2 people that I disappoint here, and I just want to let them go, break their heart, easily, because I don't want stalkers or people coming at me. But I will say this, and not to be too long. Number 1, ferocious, just cat-like, and Ed in Columbus is affinity for the cats and anything that's feline out there. Honestly, I'm fuck it. You know what? I'm not. Why play the game? I'm picking number 1.
Oh man.
I like number 3's answers the best. I just was afraid when you said Coors Light. Andy, what's your favorite beer?
My favorite beer is Natty Daddy Lemonade.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
It's 25 ounces, 8% alcohol.
No.
I'm going
And
with
no,
tonight.
to be fair to number two, I've already sang number
Andy.
2's praises on a previous episode of the Dawg Chug. I do fancy Lady Roberta. I fancy her plenty.
Man.
We should do beer of the week with the Natties and the Coors Lights. That's what we should do. Never
the
mind the
Tiger.
good stuff.
I wish I could say I was disappointed, but I'm really not.
Yeah, I'm actually really relieved I don't have to be the hall pass spread.
Well, hey, Lady Roberta, thanks for coming on.
We
Thank you.
love you, Lady
Appreciate it.
Roberta. Yes. Tell Jessica I said I'm sorry about.
Man,
it.
I don't know if we've ever had a better ending to the Dawg Chug than this. Lady Roberta's here. We got a cat. We got a robot, which hasn't. That's actually just Andy.
Yes, we can.
The Cuyahoga Falls Black Tiger.
Okay. It just came hot and heavy that time. But ferocious. I just couldn't get that out of my mind. Spicy. This thing came to
Ed is the
win.
worst part of the Dawg Chug.
Whoa.
You would have, Ed, you would have to have her home by 10 and bring me a goat if you wanted to date the Cuyahoga Falls Black Tiger.
I'd bring you 2 goats, sir. I'd bring you 2.
All right.
Well,
I'm a gentleman. I'm a gentleman.
Actually,
Ross, sign us off. Let's go.
I got a plug.
No, yeah, let's hear
Oh, we
your
got a
plug.
plug.
Are
All
we
right.
at the end of the show?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
at the
man.
end of the show.
We're at
Wow,
the
that
end
was
of the
awesome.
show. But I got the Faithful Dogs Network and our friends over at the Barking Browns, and I got to shout them out. Our own Ed in Columbus, the great Ed in
I'm
Columbus.
spelling my name wrong. I'm
They're,
sorry, I got my name wrong.
Twitch TV. You got to just go see Nick Carnes, Jacob Roach. They have it posted. Shout out to them because, man, just watching them take off from back last year to this point is amazing to me. So I want to say, and everybody else, Bona Pasquale, everybody out there that's watching, 3 socks and Dan's passed out. Happy
What
Easter.
happened to Dan? Is Dan alive?
I think sometimes his connection just goes south.
Oh,
We're like-
Yeah, that's probably it.
yeah, sure that's it. Sure that's Lady Roberta knows what's up. She knows.
I
love
want
that
to tell the story about what happened with Dan and when we did our hour of power, but that'll have to be saved for another episode.
It's going to be the Thanksgiving episode and everything we're thankful for. That's going to be.
All right. Well, this was
We got a while.
Well, I'll sign us off real quick.
yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Everybody, go Cavs. We got to win Friday. Let's get in the
Go
playoffs.
Guards!
First playoff without LeBron in a long ass time. Put all your energy together and bring the positivity to Cleveland because that's what we need.
We need a win.
Go Cavs, go Guards, go Browns, go Cuyahoga Falls Little League Giants, Cuyahoga Falls Little League Guardians.
We can't end the show. Look at this. We just can't end it.